Good morning, Year 4. This is Wednesday's maths lesson, and today we are learning to tell the time to 5 minutes. So, like we've already discussed, time is a unit that can be measured, and it can be measured in different units. So we've already looked at years, months, weeks, days, and hours, and today we're going to be having a look at minutes. So let's have a look back at the clock. So we use seconds, minutes, and hours to measure time on a clock. Let me just move that out of the way. So here we've got the hour hand, that is the smallest hand. The second hand is very similar to the minute hand, but it is slightly thinner. And this is the minute hand, so this points to how many minutes have passed in that hour. So let's have a look at how many minute interval markings there are around the clock. So you can see here, this is the 12 o'clock, this is the hour 12. When the minute hand moves over to here, that means 1 minute has passed, then 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and then 5 minutes. So where each number is next to an interval, that is showing you 5 minutes has passed since the last interval. So here is 5 minutes, this will be another 5 minutes, another 5 minutes, and so on. And each little interval in between is showing you 1 minute. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. Then we move on. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 minutes. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 minutes, etc., etc. So a little bit more detail. There are 60 minutes in 1 hour. It takes 1 hour for the minute hand to travel around the clock. So here you can see 1 minute's passed. 2 minutes passed, 3 minutes passed, 4 minutes passed, 5 minutes have passed. So you can see that the minute hand is going through each of the intervals and showing you how many minutes have passed. Now this will go round 60 times until it goes all the way back to the 12. And that shows you that an hour has passed, 60 minutes. Now you might also notice as the minute hand is rotating through the minute intervals, the hour hand is moving ever so slightly each time. So when the minute hand was right up here at 12 for 12 o'clock, the hour hand was pointing directly at the 3 to show you it's 3 o'clock. But now as the minute hand passes through all of these minute intervals, the hour hand is moving, and it's moving from the 3 and pointing more towards the 4. So we're at 29 minutes and now we're at 30 minutes. And it's going to carry on going all the way around the clock. So let's have a look and see how many minutes there are in a quarter of an hour first of all. So we want to find a quarter away around the clock. So here we can see that 5, 10, 15 minutes has passed. So we've got 15 minutes. That is the same as a quarter of an hour, because if we split 60 into quarters, now, can you remember how to do that? To find a quarter, we half something and half it again. So 60 in half is 30, 30 in half again is 15. Half an hour. That's easy. 60 divided by 2 is 30, so 30 minutes has passed. And then 3/4 of an hour is 3 of these 15-minute blocks. So that would be 45 minutes. So here's just a quick reminder what they look like on an analog and a digital clock. So we've got 12 o'clock, 12:15, 12:30, and 1:45. So let's have a look at some more examples of time. So midnight, 12 o'clock, moving through to 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, sleeping. This is when generally children are asleep. 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, the sun is starting to rise, but children are still asleep. And then you might start to be getting up, having breakfast, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, getting dressed, ready to go to school, between 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock, leaving the house. And then you're at school, having a lovely time. 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, English, maths, maybe some inquiry. 12 o'clock lunchtime, moving into playtime, and then your afternoon lessons. So a little bit of science here. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, going towards 3 o'clock, home time. Moving towards 4 o'clock, having a snack at home. 5 o'clock, maybe dinner, brushing your teeth, getting ready to go back to bed. Maybe reading a story, and you can see the sun is now setting. 7 o'clock, bedtime, snuggled up nicely in bed. 8 o'clock, back to sleep. 9, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and 12 o'clock. Back to the beginning again. So that's midnight. So I'd like you to pause the video. Can you match up the times? So how long is 1 day, 1 hour, and 1 minute? Are they 60 seconds, 24 hours, or 60 minutes? Come back when you think you've got the answer. Let's have a look together. So 1 day is the same as 24 hours. There are 24 hours in a day. On an analog clock, which we have just looked at, the clock rotates from 12 to 12 twice, because you've got the AM, the morning, and the PM, the afternoon and the evening. The next time we're going to match up is hours and minutes. So there are 60 minutes in 1 hour, and we know that because there are 60 intervals on a clock. And then 1 minute is 60 seconds. And again, we know that by looking at the seconds hand, which rotates around the clock. OK, we're going to have a look at another little activity. I'd like you to pause the video again and see if you can have a go at this. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units of time. I would like you to try and put them in order from shortest to longest. So pause the video and come back when you're ready. Let's have a look together. Oh, so it didn't do that then. So the shortest time we've got is our seconds. Oh, it's not letting me do it. OK, so we've got seconds. Then we will have minutes. Then it will be hours, days, weeks, months, and year. OK. So a quick reminder of the language that we use when we are looking at clocks. So o'clock is when the minute hand is up here. And then as we move around, we talk about on this side of the clock, it being past the hour. So we'd have 5 past, 10 past, quarter past, which is the same as 15 minutes past, 20 past, 25 past, and half past. Now, you probably noticed the language changes when we move to this side of the clock. So we start saying how much to the next hour we've got. So 25 to here means we've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes until the next hour. Then we've got 22, which is 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes to the next hour. Quarter to, 5, 10, 15 minutes to the next hour. You might be seeing a pattern here. 10 to, we've got 5, 10 minutes to the next hour, and then 5 to, 5 minutes to the next hour. So once you go through half past, we then talk about how many minutes until the next hour we've got. So let's have a look at o'clock, half past, quarter past, and quarter to. So let's have a look at 5 o'clock. And have a look at some other o'clock. So 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock. So here you can see that the hour hand is pointing to the hour, so 5, and the minute hand is on the 12. So that means 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Let's have a look at the quarter past. Have a think before I show you. Where do you think the minute hand will be pointing? Were you right? Oops. I'll go back a page. I clicked on the wrong thing. So 5 o'clock, 3 o'clock and 6 o'clock, so 1:15. So because it's 1:15, the minute hand is pointing to the 3. It's 15 minutes past and it's the 1 o'clock, just after the 1. So it's 1:15. 10:15, again, the minute hand is pointing to the 3 to show 15 minutes have passed, and it's 10:15. 7:15, again, the big hand is pointing to the 3 to show you 15 minutes has passed, 7 o'clock. Okay, 1/2. Where do you think the minute hand will be next? Were you right? So for 1/2, the big hand is pointing to the 6 to show you 30 minutes has passed. And here you can notice the hour hand is between the 7 and 8. It's not quite 8 o'clock, so it's 7:30. Again, the minute hand points to the 6 to show you it's 1/2, and the hour hand is between the 10 and 11. It's not quite 11 o'clock yet, so it's 10:30 and 11:30. Again, the hour hand is between the 11 and 12. It hasn't got to 12 yet, so it must be 11:30. 1:45. Can you guess what this will look like? Where will the minute hand be pointing? So the minute hand is pointing at the 9. It is saying there's 15 minutes until 11 o'clock. It hasn't quite got to 11 yet. Again, it's pointing, the minute hand is pointing at the 9, 15 minutes until the next hour. And the same with 2:45. It's 15 minutes until the next hour. So we say 2:45. So starting at 12, we count clockwise round the clock to tell us minutes past the hour. So these are all minutes past. 5 past, 10 past, 1/4 past, 20 past, 25 past, and 1/2 past. So these are all past 12 o'clock. It hasn't got to 1 o'clock yet. So we can't, it's not 5 past 1, it's 5 past 12 because the hour hand is in between the two numbers. Okay, can you tell me what time it is? It's 5 past 5. Can you tell me what time it is? It's 10 past 9. Can you tell me what time it is? It's 15 minutes past 11, but we would call that 11:15. What time is it? 20 past 2. What time is it? It's 25 past 12. What time is it? 30 minutes past 9, but we would say 9:30. Okay. Now we're going to have a look again at telling the time to the hour. So we're going to start at 12 and we're going to count anti-clockwise to tell us the minutes to the hour. So it's 5 minutes to 12. It hasn't got to 12 o'clock yet. 10 to 12. 1:45. 20 to 12. 25 to 12, and 1/2 is past the hour. Okay, can you tell me what the time is? What time is it? It's 5 to 6. What time is it? It's 10 to 8. What time is it? It's 1:45 or 15 minutes to 2 o'clock. What time is it? It's 20 to 12. What time is it? It's 25 to 3. Okay, over to you. I'd like you to have a go at your worksheet now. Remember, if you get stuck, have a watch back through this video and pause it at any time to go back over any of the information you're not quite sure about. And don't forget, send us a picture of your work when you're finished.